Hello everybody, welcome back. I have just noticed that I should probably change the text I'm using for that starting screen, because that is definitely not legible at all. So today, new week, hopefully going to be running through the gold farm stuff I normally do again, just trying to make a little bit of extra money before Shadowlands, because we have an actual date now to work towards. And I kind of have a general plan of wanting to try and get as much gold as I can beforehand. I also want to take like a 2-week break before Shadowlands comes out from just playing WoW in general. Just so I can take some time to just play literally everything else that I've had on my list for ages. I've just been doing nothing but play WoW, so that's fine. I've been trying out a couple other like random things on the side recently, other than just playing WoW. Started playing Path of Exile yesterday. That's actually really fun. There's a lot of customization in that game in terms of how you want to build your classes and stuff. And there's also all the extra stuff of, okay, did my game just straight up close? Yes, it did. I clicked on Archimonde and my game crashed. Cool. That works. That's fine. Let's try that again, shall we? Making that technical difficulty screen was a wise investment of time, apparently, because fuck me, has it come in useful. The amount of times the game just randomly crashes or something goes wrong with OBS. It was like during the Avengers beta screen. Just half the time the game wouldn't work, or it would crash because I tabbed out for 2 seconds. You know, apparently Warcraft doesn't want me to click on bosses, which is an interesting bug. Hopefully that's not in Shadowlands, because that would suck. You know, we've got, what, like, this week and next month, and then Shadowlands, so want to try and spend at least a couple days a week just trying to farm as much gold up as I can. Ready. Kinda tired of being like not having enough gold to afford half the shit I want. Like, I don't think it's actually possible now to save up enough to get the Brutosaur mount, because of how much gold that is and how much of the time investment it takes to even get there. Like 5 million gold is kind of an insane figure, so I know I'm not going to hit 5 million beforehand, and a lot of people, I think, that are also trying to get the Brutosaur are run out of time now because of how close Shadowlands is. We literally have, like, this week, and then we're there, pretty much. Obviously we're going to have pre-patch for like a month beforehand. I think I saw the estimates around like 6 to 4 weeks, so we might even get pre-patch like next week, which would be insane, really. It's weird, this year feels like it's gone so quickly with just how everything has gone horribly wrong for basically everyone. But it feels like Shadowlands should still be miles away for some reason. I guess it's because of how short everything has felt. But yeah, this is literally the same route I ran last week. Not going to be anything insane or new. I will say that already. But I do hope to do other stuff this time around, because when we did this last time, we got cut out before we could do everything. So I think what I'm going to do is run this block, the WOD block, and then I'm going to go over to Pandaria, and I'm going to manually run a couple of dungeons over there, so that way we don't hit the lockout immediately, because it takes longer to run the entire dungeon than it does to just skip through bosses like you do with this route. I want to see how much of an impact that has on the Can I click that? Oh, I can. Cool. Yeah, I want to see how much of an impact that has on the whole thing. I'm just going to stand behind this. Yeah, I'm basically trying to find a way to break up the route so that I can keep making gold, but allow me to, you know, not hit the lockout all the time. Because I'm sure when the original video I watched, which I think I linked in the description, or at least I linked the channel where I got it from in the description, I'm pretty sure part of that video says something to do with the fact that you can swap between expansions and it basically resets the lockout, which Blizzard appears to have changed since. So you can't just bounce between expansions like you used to, which is unfortunate because it also means I can't bounce between characters to do the same thing. So I'm just trying to find alternate ways of doing things. But I have been enjoying the way I've sort of changed my mount farming routes. I know a lot of people aren't super interested in the mount farming stuff, as I've seen from like the viewership on Twitch, on YouTube rather than on Twitch. Things don't get views on Twitch anyway if you're streaming WoW and you're not already a big streamer, because you're competing with everyone who's already getting like 50,000 views and stuff. Like you're kind of low on the list, if that makes sense. Like, not really something I mind too much, but I have been enjoying the way I've changed doing mount farming and just focusing on one boss and rotating around that boss and all my characters. It's a lot more enjoyable, and it means I can just focus on one little block a day rather than like how I was doing it before, where I was bouncing between every single expansion. Which kind of worked when I first started out doing it because I basically had none of the raid or dungeon mounts. So it wasn't really an issue, but now I've kind of ran everything down. I've only got like 3 mounts I can get from drops from Lich King. There's only 1 drop mount from Burning Crusade I've got left to get. There's like a couple from Cataclysm, but it's basically all Dragon Soul stuff, which I'm not really bothered about doing at the minute. We'll probably do a stream at some point where I just run Dragon Soul on all my characters that can run it. Because I know from testing stuff that my warrior can't run Mythic Karazhan yet because he's not geared up enough. He just gets killed trying to fight Midnight. He just gets killed by the horse because of all the other horses that come in. It's just like a spam of AoE attacks and stuff, so it just doesn't work. But I know my Demon Hunter and my Gnome can survive, so... Off, Titan panel. Go away. Okay, that is just stuck on my screen, is it? There we go. I'm sure it's supposed to go away if you just click on the banner, but it just wasn't doing anything. Is that helpful? Cool. You know, we have really flown through this, though. This is, what, 10 minutes? And we have basically finished. Iron Assembly. I did see a new gold farming thing about basically farming specific points within dungeons. And it makes like 600 gold every 5 minutes or something to that. But you have to like reset it every half an hour or whatever, so it actually takes way longer to do anything, and it's getting such a small amount of gold for what it is. But like, efficiency-wise, it feels completely pointless. I know I've said before, in the previous like gold farming stream, that I'm not like super bothered about doing everything as efficiently as possible, because doing the super efficient routes usually make me very bored, because you're just running the same dungeon 10 times till you hit lockout, And as much as it's super easy cold, it's really boring. Whereas like doing this route, where I'm running through 5 different dungeons, or well, 5 different raids, and then flying off and doing another expansion, and then doing the same thing there, and then hopping to another expansion, doing the same thing there. I find that far more enjoyable because I'm constantly changing scenery. And also constantly, you know, bouncing between different stuff, different aesthetics. It's more enjoyable for me from a visual standpoint, especially. But yeah, like I said, I've been playing other games and stuff as well recently. Path of Exile, really fun. Might actually stream that at some point because I was genuinely enjoying just running around doing stuff in there. That's a lot more gold than we made last time doing this area, that's for sure. Yeah, hop over Pandaria. If I run Mogashan Vault, that should take a little bit longer. Maybe run us up to... Well, that will mean we've ran 6 instances in an hour. There is also an emissary quest up right now for 2,000 gold in Zandalar, I think it is. So I could hop over and do that if we hit instance cap completely. Should be a good way to pass the time. Kind of a useful thing doing this on stream means I have literally a countdown timer to know how long I've been running dungeons for. I can just look up and see, oh, I've been going for 12 minutes 30 seconds and I've done this many instances. It's nice. That should be Stormwind. Yep. Oh, there's a thingy happening, so probably doing Kultiris too if it stays up. Nice. I did my other 2 emissary missions this morning while I was flying around doing stuff. So I already made like 2,000 gold. 2,100 technically, because I got a couple items and sold them. The reason I don't do those emissary missions to get gear, even though I know I need to, is because I never get the piece of gear I want. It's always gear I already have. Like, I think I've got like 20 different pairs of full 45 wrists. Just every emissary quest drop gives me more wrists for some reason. It'd be great if you could equip 2 different wrist items, but no, you have 1. So I'm just getting a crap load of stuff I don't need. And it, as much as it makes a nice bit of gold, it makes the same amount of gold as just getting an item drop from Mop. Like if I get a pair of gloves from one of these dungeons, that is the equivalent of getting a gear drop in like BFA that takes an hour to get in like a 5-minute Mop dungeon. It's kind of dumb. Kinda dumb.
How fortunate.
But I guess that's probably why when the pre-patch comes out, all of these places are getting nerfed to hell, so you can't make any gold from them. Everyone's gonna have to then find the optimum farming routes for BFA and Legion gold, which is gonna be interesting. I'm pretty sure that already is one for Legion. In fact, I think I have a copy of it saved somewhere. Yeah, I do. You run like 8 different instances. I think the Legion one is where it gets complicated, where in order to run it optimally, you have to like teleport in and out of the dungeon because it resets you back to the start, so you can just run to the next boss. I think it's the Emerald Nightmare one. You teleport in and out, it puts you back in the like hub room with whatever Illidan's brother's name is. I don't remember. Yeah, you have to keep going back to that room to get to the next boss, so it's faster to teleport in and out than to just leave dungeon and go to the next one. Which is a weird, like, change of pace from running the WOD and MOP ones, where you just you just leave and go to the next one all the time. But yeah, I did try to get the, I think I mentioned farming the eggs and stuff on a previous stream. Or the bones to get the raptor. Got the red raptor for like the 3rd time in a row, so that's just sitting in my bag now. I haven't looked it up or done any research into it, but I'm wondering if by the fact that that is unique, if I hatch another egg it can't be the red raptor because the red one is in my inventory? Probably not, it probably just won't let me loot the egg, but I'll have a look, see how that works. I just didn't want to throw it away if I've got a thing that just means I'm only going to get the green or black, because that'd be nice. I have already got the green as well, so more than likely it'd just be the green one, so that'd be good. I know the best way to do it is to run it on all 3 of your characters, or more if you can, and just get them all to have an egg, and then it'll hopefully be the one you're missing. Because I'm missing the black raptor currently. So it might be worth doing at some point. I just didn't want to do it on the Demon Hunter, knowing full well that all the bones on that character are going to be locked to that character, and therefore completely unusable by my main. Oh, and it's done that again. Thanks, Blizzard. It'd be really nice if they fixed that bug. You know? So that I don't have to constantly change my raid difficulty just to do the raids of the difficulty I have actually selected.
Untouched by time for thousands of years. Who knows what secrets await?
It feels like an odd thing for it to reset all the time. I guess it's got to be something to do with the way they're storing that information, isn't storing it correctly. Like it's some sort of weird temp storage, kind of like when you change keyboard inputs and stuff on like the PTR, if it then crashes, all of that data gets deleted essentially. It's just lost. Rather than actually saved unless you log in and out of the game. Which is quite irritating. It might also be why it reset. If it's tied to that whole thing of crashing and stuff, like resetting the data to the previous version. Maybe by it crashing earlier when I was doing Archimond, it reset my thing from normal back to heroic. Or from heroic back to normal, rather. No, I don't want to spend my last loot roll on that. Okay.
I don't have a target. The stories were true.
I probably won't record it, but I have, I did decide to go back on what I said and get the Marvel game. Although technically, it's like an early Christmas present. So, you know. That's fine. I did just really enjoy the beta and wanted to keep playing more, so... Even though the game's kind of janky, it crashes, it has issues, it was still really, really fun playing the beta. Like, especially doing stuff with friends. Which, at the end of the day, it's a co-op game. Co-op games are always going to be more fun when you play them with someone else. It's like playing, what is it, Dead Rising 2 that I used to play all the time in co-op. How much fun that game is in co-op. I did enjoy it a little bit playing single player, obviously. I used to do... There's some very, very old videos on my YouTube channel of, like, Dead Rising 2 off the record. I used to enjoy playing that solo. Like, base Dead Rising 2. Didn't really enjoy playing that solo. But it is a really fun game when you play it in co-op. I'd be interested to see how much of the Marvel Avengers storyline can be played co-op, because it seems like at least a good portion of it is going to be single player only. at least going by, you know, how it was presented in the beta of you can't play multiplayer until the third mission. Like when you go to the shield bunker or whatever. That's the first mission you can do in co-op. And like the early half of the campaign, because you have to progress to unlock the characters, depending on how quickly you unlock stuff, it's going to be like 3 or 4 missions before you get the third playable character, I think. So you can play co-op, but you can't play like 3 or 4 player co-op until like, I don't know, 3 or 4 missions into the campaign, I guess? Maybe longer. I do think the campaign would be really fun if you can play it all co-op, but depends how they do it, I guess. Not really any confirmation on stuff like that yet. I mean, as long as it isn't like co-op in, what was it, Fallout 76? As long as it isn't co-op like that, I'll be happy. Because, Jesus. I remember trying to play the co-op, like, trying to play the storyline and stuff they added to 76 in co-op. You can't. You literally cannot. Like, you can technically play it together with another person, but they get no progression on their storyline and they have to replay every single mission. So you essentially have to play every single mission twice to play through with 2 people. If you have a bigger group than 2 people, you have to replay those missions for every single player that's there every time you want to progress something. Which I think is probably the worst system I've seen for a co-op thing in any game. Like, there are some games where it doesn't track co-op progress between each other. But that was just kind of ridiculous. Especially because the game is... it's supposed to be a multiplayer experience, and then the fact that you can't actually play through the story in multiplayer. Feels kind of ridiculous. And I'll be honest, I did actually enjoy certain things about 76. I really like the world. Like, the whole map they made, all the environments, all the different monsters and creatures they created for it are really cool and really interesting. I genuinely think it has one of the best maps from all the Bethesda games. Like, the amount of variety and different environments and different places you can explore. It's incredible. It just... the base gameplay loop. It's not for me, personally. And I was really excited for like a co-op experience to be added to it. Because I'd played it all in co-op basically since launch anyway. But there wasn't really much of a story to hold the thing together. It was just kind of a multiplayer experience, kind of like a Rust type thing, almost. Which is fine, if you've got someone to play it with, that can genuinely be a really fun experience and you just go explore the world and see all the weird different things in it. But then you add in this like main storyline, which I was really excited about. And then they did it so badly. I remember getting really frustrated that night that I played it for the first time in co-op. And realising just how much of a pain in the ass it was going to be to play through any of the game together. And I don't think I've gone back since. I did plan to for a bit. I was going to like play ahead and get a whole bunch of like, you know, basically play through the story in single player so then I could play through in co-op with someone else. But I just couldn't bring myself to keep playing it single player. Which is a real shame because anyone who's like followed my YouTube stuff for a while knows I used to play a lot of Fallout 4. And as much as I didn't super enjoy the story of 4, I did really enjoy some of the characters, the way they were written. I enjoyed the building especially. Like, you can see how many different episodes and videos and stuff on my channel are just Fallout 4 building things, because I used to enjoy it so much. And 76, that is a big part of the game. And it was really cool being able to go out and just build basically wherever, as long as you weren't like next to big landmarks and stuff to like troll players, basically. Yeah, it really irritated me when they messed that up co-op-wise. Because a co-op, like, Bethesda game is something that I've wanted for the longest time. Like, to be able to share that experience. Something I've always wanted to do.
The machine has been destroyed, and so the moguls
I don't think we got anything again, did we? Fuck. But yeah, that's something I've wanted for a long time, is co-op. Like, either an Elder Scrolls or a Fallout would be amazing. Instead, we've got to rely on modders to provide that, and I think the last thing I heard was the Skyrim one kind of works now, maybe? But it's taken them so long to get that working, I don't really have anyone to play co-op with in Skyrim anymore, so that's kind of redundant to me. So yeah, I really hope they don't mess up the co-op in Avengers, because it would be really nice to play just a fun co-op game again for a while and not have to either replay story missions or deal with just dumb stuff. That'd be great. Like, I know from playing the beta that there's going to be some issues at the launch of Avengers. Just the same as I know from watching the Shadowlands beta and playing the PTR, there are going to be some issues when that launches too. But I don't mind that so much. I know it's kind of weird that we are supposed to, you know, care more about the launch state a game comes out in, and I agree to a degree, but I've also seen the other side from, like, the making of something and reaching a deadline. I know it ain't easy, and sometimes things don't get 100% polished and finished before you can, you know, before you have to put a product out there. But personally, I don't really mind. I know it's going to be janky, I know there's going to be crashes, I know there's going to be issues, but as long as, like, the core gameplay works, and I can play for, like, a good portion of time before it crashes, I don't mind. I'm going to have fun with it. I'm patient enough to wait for something to get the fixes it needs to be as good as it can be. Like I say, my main worry is just, like, co-op stuff. And I have some faith in Bethesda to get at least the core parts of Shadowlands working before it comes out. I think my main worry with that coming out is just going to be, like, the Covenant system, which I think everyone is worried about that's, like, keeping up to date with stuff. Like, I'm not worried about it enough to not buy it or not, like, take part in it. Like, I'm going to play Shadowlands, I'm going to pick the Covenant that I want, whether it gets nerfed to hell or buffed into, like, a godhood at some point. I'm just going to pick the one I like at this point, and one that I think is going to be fun from a gameplay standpoint. Like, I know how much fun I've had using this AoE spell on the Heart of Azeroth, and one of the Covenants literally gives me an AoE spell. So I'm going to pick that. Like, I don't care. At this point, I'm just going with whatever sounds fun and I can enjoyably use. And apparently we get to try them out a little bit before they go, like, live anyway. So I'm just gonna, you know, before you get to make your final decision, you get to try them throughout the storyline, so I'm just gonna try them all, figure out which one I like the most, and that's the one I'm gonna go with. Because more than likely those covenants are going to get changed. Like their abilities, their power level, how much damage they do, how much of a buff they give you, it's all going to be altered as things go on. It always is, because you need to find a balance for things, and sometimes it's not possible to do that within the confines of a closed beta that doesn't have, you know, the thousands of people playing that Live does or whatever. I've no idea what WoW's player numbers are. I don't think they reveal them anymore, but I'm gonna guess somewhere in the thousands. You know, either that be 1,000 or 999,000, somewhere in that bracket, you know? I feel like there's a good portion of people playing the game. And I'm aware for an MMO that might be small, but some games on Steam have like 30,000 people playing at all times, and that's it. So to me, that feels like enough. Also, I should probably vendor stuff before I... actually, do this next raid, thinking about it. I actually don't know if I'm even on path anymore. Probably. I think this was the 6th or 7th. Well, this will be the 6th or 7th, one or the 7th, I think. Instance, and we're at half an hour, so yeah, definitely takes longer to run the full raids than just doing the skip throughs. But doing it this way will mean that when we hit an hour, by doing it the long-winded way, we can then start doing the Pandaria skip throughs from this end. Can use that to break things up a little bit easier. Can't remember what the game is I tried out recently. I think it was one of the Tomb Raider ones, the weird like top-down one they did. That was, well, it was successful enough to get a sequel. I think I played like half an hour of it, did like the first mission, and decided that really isn't for me. It really wasn't. I really didn't find it that enjoyable to play, to be honest. I think it was just I'd come off of Path of Exile and then immediately jumped into another top-down game, kind of expecting something similar, because they're both supposed to be like dungeon crawler things. I think they just went with like a weird story-focused thing for that Tomb Raider game, and I don't think it really works. The combat feels real janky. I'm sure some people would really enjoy it, because it's... I think it came out on like the 360 on like Xbox Arcade, and it definitely feels like that sort of era of games, like kind of arcadey sort of indie game style. Which can be really fun, but I just really didn't enjoy it. Also, the controls were kind of weird. Like, I tried to rebound dodge to B, and rather than keeping B as the back button, rebinding it to dodge made it so that X was the back button. So I like, it was so weird, like trying to control the menus at that point. Like your muscle memory just, well, mine at least, just automatically goes, oh yeah, B is back, isn't it? No. Not at all. I have the same issue when I like swap over to thingy Nintendo consoles and suddenly A and B are swapped around. That makes me feel weird using those. In fact, what I might do once we've ran this is just hop straight over to BFA, run everything in Zandalar or Storm Song, wherever that quest is. And I can use that to hit the reset period for the instances. Also, do want to make some time at the end of the stream to head on over to the Argent Crusade, because I think today, if we do all the dailies and stuff there, we should also hit Exalted with the Argent Crusade. Yeah, 640 to go. Definitely. Which hits another achievement and also, like, opens up more daily quests and stuff. So we then should start getting mounts even faster than we were already, which is awesome, to be honest. From what I remember, I am super close to getting the Argent Hippogriff that I wanted, so... Yeah, I do love just having an AoE as a hunter. I think there is a spell I can take that replaces something else on the like skill tree and stuff. Might be worth changing over to that or trying that out in the pre-patch. Oh, I got a new thing. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've realised that guy's dialogue reminds me, I said in a previous stream, of Metal Gear, specifically Revolver Ocelot. Sounds like something he'd have said in the third game. Back when he's all, you know, got engravings and shit in his gun, spinning it around all over the place. Weirdly, this doesn't count as an outside environment. But the terrace in Ice Crown does. One where you fight the dragons, that counts as outdoors. But this terrace where I can literally see the sky, this is an outdoors. Odd. It'd be a really nice place to be counted as outdoors because it's right in the middle of the dungeon and would allow you to vendor all the crap you picked up. And go do that for me. My pterodactyls two complete different sizes again? Yes, they are. This one is huge in comparison to that one for some reason. Love that. I love the randomly changing sizes of the pterodactyls. Great. How much bag space have I got, actually? Oh, we're probably good. 90 slots. Hey, there we go. Should complete my trilogy of those, I guess. Yeah, also tried out Mechanicus, the like XCOM Warhammer game. I think the tutorial is like an hour long and the dialogue is just so slow. Like, I don't mind the dialogue being slow on like the story characters because it's kind of part of their character. You know, they're members of the Mechanicus, they all speak in like droning computer noises and stuff, like it fits for their characters. But when the tutorial NPC also speaks as slowly as they do, it's kind of irritating. And I think I kind of gave up after the tutorial because I just like, I spent an hour just listening to dialogue, not actually playing the game. Was not super into that. I do want to give it another go though, because I do enjoy like XCOM style stuff. I never end up finishing them, because I just get to the point where I'm like, this is getting too stressful. I just sort of drop it for a while. And then end up starting a new playthrough. So we'll see how far I get into it. But it did kind of make me want to make a Mechanicus army again. Which I do have like half the bits to do, weirdly. But yeah. Might try and like fit their aesthetic in as like heroes for my Space Wolves at some point, maybe. because the mechanic is working with Space Marines is a common enough thing. I just need to find like appropriate characters for them to stand in for. Like I've got a couple Reaper Bones miniatures that I've like converted and stuff into assassins. But I already have like all 4 of the assassins, so I can't do a Mechanicus one unless I want to like double up on one. I have to find another like hero sort of character that could stand in for. Just because their whole like appearances and stuff look really interesting. Especially the ones in the Mechanicus game, like a lot of them look super unique. It'd be really cool to try and sort of replicate one of them. I think on the game front, that's kind of it. Hey, there you go. Another pet. Yeah, have also been watching like a whole bunch of new TV and stuff. Started watching the Lovecraft Country thing on HBO. Well, technically now TV, but it airs on HBO in America or whatever. That's really fun so far. Well, I say fun, it's interesting. It's probably not that fun. It is kind of cool to see an actual modern adaptation of, like, you know, the Cthulhu, Lovecraftian, like, mythos stuff. Yeah, cool. I mean, the whole thing is set, like, a while ago, which is a common thing for, like, Lovecraftian stuff. It's been good so far. It doesn't shy away from the whole, like, racism and stuff connected to Lovecraft, which I think is a good thing. As much as people making, like, modern adaptations that do take that element out is in a way a good thing, because it's, you know, making that medium by modern standards better and more progressive, I suppose, in that way. But it is good to see something take that and really point at it and be like, the dude was not a great guy, but he did create the whole universe and mythos that's really interesting, and a lot of people have pulled really good things from it and created media that is better in that regard. I think it's a good thing to have something that, you know, points that out and reminds people of, yeah, it wasn't a great guy, but he did create something good that, much like most stories, can help people when used in the right medium and in the right way. Because a point of the show, without spoiling much, is that the main character, like, reads stories and stuff because it allows him to escape and sort of almost in his head pretend to be the hero and the good guy. And obviously, like, Lovecraftian stories feature a lot of weird random stuff and monsters and things that people have to fight against, so I can see how those two things would connect. And it's good to see an interpretation of it that, like I say, does pick on that racist element, but also all of the interesting and unique stuff he created and how those two things are connected, I suppose. It's been good. It's been interesting. I also really like both the main characters. Well, I've liked all the characters that have showed up so far. They've all been interesting or fun in one aspect or another. I just don't want to go super into it and, like, spoil things, because I'm trying to recommend something, and you should go watch it if you're listening to this. It also has a whole bunch of really cool people in it who've been in other stuff. Like, the main, like, female actress of the show is Diana Lance from Birds of Prey. She's really good in it. Also, I think it's Uber from Vikings is in it as well. He plays a really cool, well, plays a really interesting character who I'm not quite sure how he fits into everything yet, but I want to see more of him in the show, that's for sure. And I haven't really seen that main guy in anything before that I can recall. But he's been really good in it so far. Like, he's genuinely a believable character, and he's a very likable hero. Which honestly, I know sounds like a really simple and really small thing, but I've watched so much stuff recently where they've had characters that are supposed to be likable, but the entire time you're watching them are just an asshole. And you're supposed to be like, oh hey, he won in the end, yay! And I'm like, I don't care about this person. Like, I don't want them to succeed, but you know. So it is genuinely nice to watch something with a hero character who is genuinely nice and likable right from the start. And it'll be interesting to see how that character develops, because I've also seen a lot of stuff where you start out with a really nice, likable character, and then by the end of the show, they've flipped and gone the other way. But you still care about them because you know where they came from and all the rest of it, so, you know. It will be interesting to see how they go with things. The other thing I started watching was Watchmen. That's also on Now TV and I believe HBO as well. I only watched the first episode so far, but I'm really into that and I want to watch more of it. I just haven't got around to it yet because I'm trying to finish another show I started watching. But yeah, that's cool. Like an actual follow-on to the film from a while ago. It's cool. I haven't read like the original graphic novels or anything. I did pay some attention to the countdown clock thing they did, like the Doomsday event. Now that they're like a proper DC property. That was kind of cool, and I feel like this might factor into that somewhere along the lines. I'm looking forward to watching more of that. Like, it depicts what feels like kind of a realistic depiction of what would happen in a world with superheroes, essentially. Oh, superheroes that are now gone, and people are sort of taking on that almost like vigilante aspect, and the police having to essentially adapt to functioning in the same way to survive. It's a really cool concept, and I'm looking forward to watching more of it. But the other thing I started watching was a series called The Fall, which, if you like cop shows and stuff, and things like Hannibal, like serial killer centric shows. What am I even looking for here? Oh, this. Yeah, if you like stuff like that, then you'll probably like it. Because it's like a 3-season long show. And I'm on the 3rd season, I haven't completely finished it yet. But I have a feeling it's going to be the last season with how things are set up. And it's all one big case. Like, it's not like how most cop shows are. Every episode is a different case. Every like bit focused on a different character and stuff. Like, it's all one big investigation, like from start to complete finish, like court cases and trials and stuff. Like, it takes you all the way through the process, basically. This is really interesting. Like cat and mouse game between obviously the cop and the serial killer that focus all the way through, which is kind of a common theme as well. But it's just done really well. Like, it's really well written. All the characters are really fleshed out. And I feel like it's written in a very smart way in the sense that the cop and the serial killer like mirror each other almost perfectly. Like both of them are almost like fixated on a specific type of person for different reasons, but they have like a very similar personality type. The only real difference is like the cop's morals in comparison to the serial killer, obviously. It's just a cool way of, I guess, telling a story like that. So just completely wasted that because I meant to jump up and missed completely. Nice.
Excellent work, champion.
Oh, there we go. 1,000 world quests completed. Nice. We got any just really easy ones around here? Well, horde soldiers aren't gonna be an issue. Killer dude, killer dude. Okay. Do those ones.
Blasted boneheads thought they could sneak right under our bearded noses. Get in there. And
Hopefully don't have to deal with a whole bunch of, horde players keep healing everything, because I've had that happen before. Actually, no, that was when I was playing a horde character. It was an alliance person that just kept healing all of the soldiers I was trying to kill. I can really see why, you know, we have faction wars all the time, considering. I'm actually kind of looking forward to exploring all the lore and stuff, sort of first-hand in Shadowlands. Because apart from, like, very early stuff, I've kind of completely kept away from,
I can't tell if those
like, lore videos and stuff of people explaining how things are going down in Shadowlands. Like, I paid attention to stuff early on, and I think I've mentioned some of the stuff I've seen and theories I came up with and stuff. But other than that, I've kind of pushed myself back a little bit and kept myself away from it because I just want to experience all of it firsthand.
They believe they can stand. How fortunate. Jealous. Just how wrong they are.
I'm just really hoping everything is good, like story-wise.
Well done. I am glad you are by our side. How fortunate.
Scouts are reporting a new threat in this area. Kill it before it becomes a bigger problem.
Yeah, I don't know how much I will, I'll stream of those, like, 2 weeks before Shadowlands. I might try and take a little bit of time away from my current schedule and just chill out a bit.
You really are full of surprises. I need you to teach me a few tricks sometime.
Is that Alliance War? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm okay, Greymane. I'm gonna go turn in my quest and get my gold. I'll let you guys deal with knocking airships out of the sky. What are we on? 55? Right, okay. I'm going to turn this in and go for a quick break. I'll be back in 2 minutes, probably. Hello, everybody. Right. I could head up back over to Pandaria. I'm really worried now we're gonna hit the lockout, because that didn't take as long as I was expecting it to. And try it and see how much we make. We made like a good chunk this stream so far. Like, adding in a couple heroic runs on top of the, like, you know, LFR farming. It's genuinely buffed that counter up quite a bit, and then also 2,000 gold from World Quest stuff. Not doing too badly. I did that again on my dwarf. That should be roughly, again, another, like, 4,000. So it means in about an hour, I can make, what, 8,000 gold? Just across 2 characters. Could also make another 4,000 off of my Demon Hunter, but can't transfer that gold anywhere, so it just gets stuck on the Horde side. Which still irritates me. I've pointed that out in several streams, the whole thing of, like, I can't transfer gold to my other characters just because they're on the other faction. Like, I get the lore reasons, it's just irritating, because I want my money I made. I don't want to have it stuck on one faction that I only have one character on. It's the entire reason that I'm making an Alliance Demon Hunter when Shadowlands pre-patch comes out. Yeah, we'll try and at least finish off the LFR stuff, I think. Then we'll hop over Argent Crusade, see what we can get done there. probably have a run at the Blue Proto-Drake again, like usual. Until we get it. Hopefully soon. I do still love these drakes. The Netherwing ones. I think that's still my favourite. Of all the Drake models. I'm glad I like invested that couple weeks into farming them. I got a good portion of that like on stream at some point. The Dread Approach.
Live forever in your heart.
Yeah, I think I need to add in more heroic stuff. Maybe. I'm just trying to think of what might be faster. Well, not faster, what might take longer but be worth the effort put in. Like, I know Heart of Fear is a good raid to run for gold, and Mogishan Vaults isn't usually that bad. I think it's, is it Magister's Terrace or something like that? The other one is usually pretty good. I'll have to look it up in a second. Terrace of the Endless Spring. That one. Oh good, my phone's decided to lock itself because it can't see me. There we go. Might also be worth taking advantage of the World Quest buff currently, because I still need to do the Army of the Light stuff. As much as we can still run old content in Shadowlands, I'm kind of worried about running it on my Hunter. Because I've realised that I use my multi-shot a lot, just to like clear through groups of enemies really quickly. But when we hit Shadowlands, obviously there's a massive drop in the amount of focus the Hunters have. The farming old content is going to be a lot slower. Just because you can't mass clear as quickly. I think it's him that runs first, isn't it? Yes. And then those two on the side. Yep. And then that guy. Nice. If I'm doing these streams once a week as well, we should actually get through this achievement pretty quickly. Might take a few streams. Just because it's not flying down as quickly as I expected it to, but still. Also finally got around to trying my 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 protein pancake mix. It's actually really good. They smell great and they taste really good. Like it's just a good time eating those. We'll say the chocolate syrup stuff they do. Not quite as much of a fan of that. Tried some of that on it. It just was not good. It's just too, I don't know, too syrupy, I guess, for me. I was kind of expecting something more along the lines of like chocolate sauce, but like a healthy version. It's not. It is definitely like syrup flavored to be chocolate. It doesn't really taste much like chocolate. Like next time I try them, I might try doing like almost a crepe type thing, but put in the all natural peanut butter stuff in it instead. That might taste nice. Although I do have like a pot of just regular peanut butter to get through first. A little bit less healthy. Might help balance it out a little bit, because just eating those pancakes from like a macro standpoint is just like 90% protein. It's like 60 something grams. 63 grams I think of protein in 2 pancakes. So adding in, like, you know, some fats and stuff will help balance out the macros better, and probably also round out the amount of calories per pancake. Although from like a calorie standpoint, those things are, I think, almost double the calories that I usually have for breakfast. Like I've been having overnight oats and stuff for weeks now. They're like half the calorie count. I'm not sure what the difference in protein is. I think it's a lot less. Like maybe half. Maybe less than half. I do put like a scoop of protein powder in there, but pretty sure it's still less. There's a lot of protein in those pancakes that they do. They're really good though. Because of that, I did swap out my like normal morning walk for morning weightlifting instead. Hopefully put that protein to some use. Because I know consuming too much of it isn't like a great plan, because otherwise it just gets wasted and just ends up doing nothing. Like you just end up crapping it back out, like it's not going anywhere or being used, so just immediately went to weightlifting instead, so hopefully that helped. Oh, I do, I have this back again. There you go. A little bit of a waste, but it'll just keep killing those things while I assume she goes into the cocoon before you get there. I was wondering if I could just cast my crows on her before I get there, so she just dies. I think she immediately like pods up as soon as you go through here, doesn't she? Yeah, she does. Like, whoop. Yep, there we go. She doesn't even jump back into it, she like turns into Char energy or whatever. Fair enough. Yeah, the only downside to watching the fall like all back to back is because it's all set in Ireland. My like accent slightly shifts towards Irish occasionally without me like intending to or controlling it. Which the same thing happened when I watched like 3 seasons of Peaky Blinders back to back or whatever. I started having like a Birmingham twang to everything. I don't know if that's something like that just naturally occurs, where if you like listen to people talking enough with a specific accent, you pick it up, which I think is like people who end up going abroad and stuff sometimes come back with different accents.
Family, friends, food. These are what matter most.
I was wondering if it also might have something to do with the fact that, you know, I kind of just have the generic English accent from where I come from, as opposed to more of the like localized ones you get from specific areas of England, like Birmingham or Yorkshire. Or the London area. Like South England. Yeah, I'm just wondering if it had something to do with that, because it's kind of just a plain accent, so like taking on qualities of other accents kind of makes sense. At least to me. We done here? This guy really just doesn't want to die, huh? There we go. You guys want to go loot some things for me? Thank you. That one. Oh, I need to be more over this side, I guess. Here you go. Hurry up, the dragon's coming. That one. Want my extra motes of harmony for the auction house later. Which is still selling, like, really well. They're not selling as well as they were, I will say that. But they're still selling pretty consistently, and for a good chunk of money. Like, especially for money I have to do nothing for, like, literally just by doing my gold farming, I'm amassing them. Or farming for mounts, I'm getting them, like... I have to do nothing for them, and I just keep getting them, so... Not to do that while in combat. With what? The dragon that's friendly. Thank you, game. Oh, cool. Getting all the random drops today. That's actually quite a cool sword. You wanna hurry up, Leishin? Might finally spend some time today sitting down and painting the rest of my space wolves, actually. I've had like a few of them just stood on my desk half painted next to me for the last few days. Just haven't felt like going back to it, but kind of feeling a bit more in the mood today. For like painting and stuff. To be honest, I wasn't really feeling in the mood to like stream earlier. I'm kind of glad I've done that, to be honest. I feel like I'm in a much better mood and more awake now than I was. Which is weird, considering I'm basically just expending energy by continuously talking, but... I don't know, I guess it's getting my mind... yeah, apparently. My mind working. And actually, like, fired up and doing something. This is a good track from Skyrim, I think. Which one is it specifically? The road... Oh, it's Morrowind. Oh, okay. The road most travelled from Morrowind, apparently. Definitely a fan, that's for sure. I'm sure I've heard this in Skyrim. I wouldn't be surprised if they reused the track, to be honest. Good track. I do love doing the Pandaria dungeons on this. They are so much fun and there's so much loot. And then you get all of this like extra stuff to vendor off as well, like all the moats and stuff. You usually end up with some food items as well. Like how much have we made? 8,000 gold? Fuck. And then just take off the like, what? Do we make 1,000? 1,200 or something from WOD? Like, I might not even do the WOD stuff in future. Pandaria's faster, there's more dungeons, and it makes more money. So much better.
May you find mastery in your passions.
Nice. I just realised the screenshot I have for this route. This is Guardians of the Mogush. It's a much better name, to be honest.
The ancient vaults of the moor, untouched by time and thousands of years. Who knows what secrets await?
I do like how this dungeon changes depending on the difficulty you play on. Like the amount of enemies and stuff you fight. The amount of mobs and stuff in here. Although this feels like even less than normal. For some reason. Don't know why. I'm gonna get one. Yeah, I spent like a few hours the other day, like stitching together the Horus Heresy audiobooks I have, because I cancelled my Audible. I think I mentioned thinking about doing that before on stream, just because £8 a month for what they provide isn't not worth it to me, especially when I'm trying to like save up as much money as I can while still having like some entertainment mediums and stuff to keep myself occupied with. Like, for Now TV, I'm paying like £2 a month, £1.80, something like that. Like, it's... For what I get for that, that's insane. Like, the amount of different shows and movies and stuff that are on there. Although technically I think I only pay for like the TV shows, but still. There's a lot of good TV on Now TV. Like, all the HBO shows, anything that Sky has, basically. All on there. It's great for like £2. Like, considering how much people pay for like Sky boxes and stuff. It's like £60 a month or whatever for Sky. It's like £2 for Now TV. Like, it's pretty good. Like, that feels worth it to me, but like £8 for what is essentially one audiobook a month. It's not really worth it. I'm pretty sure I paid maybe that much for all the Horus Heresy books I have, like audiobook forms. The only reason I haven't listened to them before is because they're in like 20 parts every one. Like, rather than being one big audio track, every chapter and piece is split into parts. So it's really awkward to follow, whereas... And then, like, keep track of which one you're on and stuff between each one. So I spent like a few hours just compiling all the parts together for one book and rendering that out as a new track, so I can listen to it all as one piece rather than 20 individual parts and trying to keep track of everything. Which is nice. So I've got that for doing my walks and stuff now, rather than Audible. I might consider doing the same thing eventually for the audiobook for Shadowlands, whichever one that is, Shadows Rising or something like that. I don't know how much it is full price though, is the issue, because it's probably going to be about the same as Audible, funnily enough.
Tell me of your travels.
My phone has gone off again. Oh, me. I think we might have reached the reset threshold. Yeah, we did like 20 minutes ago-ish. Which means we're now on a new thing. I don't know how many of these I did in the last 20 minutes, but it means we can run more dungeons, which is good. We have genuinely made a massive chunk of gold this, like, stream. Super happy with that. Might even do basically the same stream again tomorrow. Yeah, almost 9,000 gold today. The Underhold.
Friends, food. These are what matter most.
Obviously, I need to take off 2,000 gold from that, so what, like 7, well, almost 8,000, I guess. I think we will, like, wrap up, like, not the stream, but, like, wrap up the gold farming after this one. But yeah, almost 8,000 gold in 2 hours? 2.5? I mean, 2.5 hours for what is almost 10,000 gold? I mean, that's actually, like, actually insane, the amount of gold we've made this stream. And sure, I can't farm this again like you can with, was it Skyreach, the one in WoD that's really good? What I can do is go and run this again on another character and make another 10,000 gold. And I've made 20,000 gold. In 4 hours. And I've not just had to run the same thing over and over and over again, because I'm running like 20 different raids or whatever, like, it's great. Also, don't actually know how much money I've made from selling all the crap I just got, actually. We only know the raw gold we've looted so far. So that number might even be higher. Where is he? The archaeology boy? Here he is. I've also got all those recipes that I can auction house. So that is, in total, 9,256 gold. On average, minus 2,000 gold off that for the thing, so 7,256. You could also go and run Endless Terrace again and probably make another at least 500. So you are looking at 8,000 gold per character per week. Just doing these. And obviously if you want to continue to extend that, you can then go and run Skyreach 10 times per day and make another, what, like 4,000 gold for every hour you spend there. Every 10 you do, I think, roughly. I'm just going to knock that up so I can actually see my character. I think I've mentioned that before. Just because nothing actually loads in Dalaran for a little bit. I think it took me until I reached that corner for things to actually load in, so... I'm just realizing that if Dalaran is this bad, like an expansion later, how bad is Shadowlands gonna be when you're in the hub zones? I suppose not as bad because the player base is gonna be split between 4 different hub zones later, isn't it? Because you can have like quarters of the player base in each place. Although whichever Covenant ends up being more popular than the others is going to be worse off than everyone else. It's going to be a lot of people in a tiny ass place. But oh well. I'm just going to sit in my, what is it, the Soul Garden or whatever that Night Fae get and farm some crap. Wait for it to all blow over, hopefully. I might have another look at the Covenant abilities and stuff, see if they've changed any. I haven't been paying that much attention. The Hunter, anyway. But from what I remember, the Night Fae one did just look more fun than the others. And like it works with the playstyle I've sort of found myself in most of the time playing BFA. Well, since I've changed up my Heart of Azeroth stuff anyway. It is really satisfying using AoE abilities and stuff. I can see why people like playing Mage and things like that. They just have big AoEs all the time. It's satisfying just throwing down that like one big attack that just decimates an entire area around you. Because you can deal with like masses of enemies so much easier than everybody else can. It's a lot of fun. If we have enough time, after we've done the Argent Crusade stuff, I might also go and buy one of the Panthers, since we've made a good chunk of money this stream. I know I keep saying I'm saving up before Shadowlands and then spending it all at the end of the stream, but I'm more concerned with getting more mounts before Shadowlands comes out than gold, I think. It's just going to be a lot harder to make this gold when Shadowlands comes out, because all the routes are changing and stuff. Well, this is a spooky track. What's this one from? ESO, apparently. It's a new one, then. I never really played much of ESO. I played it during beta, I think it was. And did all like the Nord starting zone stuff. And I've tried playing it a couple times since. I got it on console. Played through a little bit of it. I got it like super cheap, I think. Like just the base game. I played through some of that. And then I got it on console, not on computer, like way later. And I got it like with one of the expansions or whatever, again for like super cheap. It seems fun, but I don't know. It just didn't grip me in the same way that like WoW has. I know a lot of people really like it and it's become like super popular. I hope it continues to do so, to be honest. Like anything that prompts Bethesda into maybe making a good co-op game would be nice. Because I'm sure everyone has made, or everyone who wants there to be co-op in like Bethesda games has made the argument. Just let the co-op person be the companion. Because in every Bethesda game you always have, unless you do like lone wolf playthroughs or whatever, but generally everyone has a companion with them. All the time, right? Like right from the start of Skyrim you get given Lydia and you can get Uthgard in the inn or whatever. Like you have two like right from the start of the game basically. And Fallout's the same, right? Like, you always just pick up people as you go, like, what was it, Piper in Fallout 4 and Boone in New Vegas and stuff. I really don't feel like it would impact the gameplay all that much to just let your co-op partner be your companion rather than having to, like, break anything or create, like, a mad storyline. I really don't feel like it would be that much effort to get that integrated. Jesus, there's a lot of people here doing the Argent Crusade stuff today. Where's that guy going? He just ran outside the arena. When I did that, the Blood Elf, like, rage quit. Because I ran up the ramp a little bit. It's like, no, I'm not fighting you. You walked up a ledge. Well, the orc does it, and it's like, oh, that's fine, is it? Cool. Fucking game. But yeah, I've got like an extra Valiant seal, I think, just sat in my bank now forever because I can't do anything with it. Stuff in a second. Actually, I might as well do it now if it's there. It is. Oh, is this the thing I got flagged for PvP for before? Yeah, I think it was, because I jumped on the Horde ship and you immediately get flagged for PvP for killing them. Not do that again. There's a lot of people around today. I should also probably equip an actual weapon rather than a harpoon. Harpoon? Lance. Good job, brain. Kind of worried about the amount of people around here because it means it's going to be harder to do anything, isn't it? These all just berserkers and stuff. Kill the Kraken. Oh, I see. Berserkers are coming on from like this side instead. Oh no, coming from both sides now. I like how the Alliance guards are just stood, like, standing next to them, not even fighting them. The Horde guys were, like, constantly in battle. Just spawning harpooners now. Oh. Nice. Let's get out of here then. What have we got? Ah, okay, cult lists and keys. Yeah, the amount of people around here makes me slightly worried about how well this is going to go. Oh yeah, I don't have to fetch swords anymore because that's... I've done the, like, Valiant stuff. So I don't even have the quests that take me down to this dungeon anymore. That's kind of disappointing. Also means I can probably get rid of the kiss button off my bar because I don't need it anymore. Oh, I was definitely not expecting there to be any left at the front. Okay. Definitely some slight lag happening. That's not good. How many keys have I got? 4. Okay, I need 5, I believe. There we go. I wonder if I'd I wonder what I get access to when I do the Argent Crusade stuff finally. I get exalted with it. I assume I get access to their mounts. And I think there's a new quest chain thing for more like seals and stuff. I'm wondering what the new quest lines and stuff are going to be that open up from it too. Because when I started out doing the Argent tournament stuff, I was really enjoying like the change in what like the quest lines were relating to and stuff. Like the fact that it suddenly becomes this whole like knightly honor thing, you know, like the stereotypical fantasy hero stuff. Which was a nice change of pace from go and kill 12 Horde soldiers, to be honest. Or go and kill some demons here, it's like, go and rescue a princess, get a sword. It's just an interesting theme to stuff. Oh yeah, no kill the guys, it's just go and kill the commanders now. And this, which is all the way over there, okay. Ah, this really has changed up the quest lines and stuff. Not having to do the Valiant stuff anymore. Interesting. Yeah, I think I started talking about it a bit before I had a little bit of a break. Like not streaming games for those couple weeks before Shadowlands comes out. Because specifically I just don't know which games I can and can't stream, because it seems like different games just react better to different like bit rates and stuff. Like I don't know, I'm not like a professional streamer of any kind, like I'm not super experienced in all of the stuff. But it's just weird that like I can stream WoW and I can record the video at high quality, right? And I'll look back at that video and it's like, oh, shit, you can actually read all the text, it looks pretty good. And then you have Avengers game, playing it on high settings. Okay, at least for the stream. Recording the video at the same quality as the WoW streams. And they look completely different when they come out the other end. And I know the Avengers game, at least during the beta, wasn't super optimized and was causing issues for a lot of people. Like, I was watching other people, they were having to like play on low settings just to get the game to run. Like, it was a bit broken. And it was a beta, it was kind of expected to be, right? But then I also look back at like my Gears of War streams and how different in quality they looked to the WoW streams now, right? It's two completely different things again, and it's just I don't want to stream a game and it literally look like arse to everyone else, because I do a lot of this to document and record, and almost in a weird way this kind of acts as like personal therapy stuff, in the sense that I can just vent and talk about things and get everything off my chest that I'm thinking about and wanting to share with people and all the rest of it. I just don't want it to look like crap when people are viewing it, because if I'm doing something, I want to do it to the best of my ability, even if it's just a hobby, right? It's why that, you know, I've been testing out new things with thumbnails and stuff, because I still want stuff to succeed, even if it's not something I want to do professionally or anything else. I still want it to be the best it can be. There we go. Argent Crusade. But hopefully a whole new question. Yeah, here it is. Warnulf the Scarred, High Commander Adelard at the Argent Tournament Grounds wants you to kill that guy. Okay.
Malanore.
Wants you to mount an Argent Hippogriff, throw 8 flaming spears at the North Sea Kraken, and take out 6 Vicral Deepcrawlers. Okay.
You need something?
Wait, really? You can buy heirlooms with the Argent Crusade? I did not know this.
I hope you'll see the merit of these events in time, Garrosh.
Holy shit, that's cool.
Against the Scourge if we continue to war against one another.
Oh, they have a special trinket as well. And a tome. Ah, that's really cool. Did not know they were a vendor. Yeah, you get the Argent Warhorse. Which is, yeah, the cool one, not the, like, dumb Stormwind one that looks like it's wearing tights or something. Oh, and you actually get the nice tabard as well, not the kind of, like, shitty looking one. You can't preview that. Oh, and I'm pretty sure this is an achievement as well, the Argent Pony. Which... Oh, applies a mount to your Argent Squire. Right, it's not actually a toy, that's why I can't preview it, or a pet or whatever. That's interesting.
Be careful.
How many seals are we up to now? 125? What? We are basically on the edge of getting the Argent Hippogriff, which is the thing I want. Oh, this is like an automated flight thing. Okay, I don't get to actually pick where I go. Wait, do I have to... What? Throw a flaming spear? There's no, like, vehicle UI. I have to manually click on things? Okay, that's a strange system. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, my hippogriff is not flying me closer, so... Fair enough. Doesn't it, like, bounce in and out of where it is as well? Oh, there we go. We've got, like, a UI element now. Oh, there's also the guys on the ship. Oh, that's cool. It throws, like, packs of javelins rather than just one or the other. UI is gone again. That's nice. Just gonna spam click it because it's gonna like swim away in a minute, isn't it? There we go. This should just disappears out of existence. Okay. Fair enough. What other quest was out there? Oh, right, okay. I actually can't hit the vehicle button because of my UI. Okay. Really hoping you fly home soon and not just round in circles forever. Cool, you do. Nice. Yeah, it's cool. I didn't know they sold heirlooms specifically. Kinda curious, how many seals I can earn in a day now with doing everything here? I would assume more than before. If I remember correctly, the original guide I was reading was like 21 is the max you can earn in a day. And I thought that was how many you earned from the start, but I'm guessing not, considering how many more things I have open to me now. Oh yeah, I started the engineering questline thing. I finally hit 150 cool tier in engineering. I think I need to hit like 175 to get the thing for it, probably. I don't know, it's 150, but I don't know. Huh. I have. But I haven't got that achievement. Wonder if I need to complete the quest chain for it to count or something. Because my engineering is now 150 and my mining is 175 or whatever. So I have done that. So I don't know why I've not got the achievement. Oh, is it a thing where I have to call him into battle or whatever for landing on a ship? Yep. Cool. Nice. Okay. Time to leave. On a very fitting mount, to be fair, because doesn't this come from the same zone as the Vrykul or whatever in a Legion? The Thunder Scales. I've actually got a bunch more of these to hand in over here, actually. Nice. Then what I haven't done is the kobolds or whatever. Snowbolts. Fair enough. Might just fly down to the blue Proto-Drake anyway, just to give it a run, why not? Yeah, I definitely want to do a stream at some point and just do Karazhan on all my characters, apart from Legion Karazhan on my warrior. Obviously I can't do. I think that'll be fun, because it's like 5 dungeons that I get to run, basically back to back. Yeah, we should be able to get the Argent Hippogriff next stream as well. Roughly. I think. Or at the very least we'll be very close. Might just have to run the dungeon or something. Get the last couple I need. We'll be all good.
I am listening. Farewell.
Kind of weird just not gaining any rep now. I'm guessing I'm gonna still earn some from, oh, it's the south, not the north. Probably gonna still earn some from doing, like, the Argent Crusade quest, but the Silver Covenant ones don't give you any reputation. I also still need to do the other side. Oh, I've also got the title Crusader, apparently. How many? Oh wow, there's not a lot left. I'm guessing there will be a sword-related quest at some point, considering that. And that requires, like, PvP stuff, and that requires me to purchase the pony. Which I would be able to do, but I'm more focused on mounts than achievements, so that can wait till I've done all the other mounts first. It's kind of nice being almost hitting this point of completion with a lot of this old content now. Like for Burning Crusade, all I've got left to do is the Sky Guard and Karazhan. And that's it, I've done all the mounts in Burning Crusade. With Lich King, all I've got left is Invincible, Mimron's Head, the Polar Bear, Green Proto-Drake, Blue Proto-Drake. And then the Argent Crusade stuff, which I've now reached a point where I'm... Oh, they're gonna get murdered by that constantly, aren't they? Wait, why did the first one not count as captured? Oh, I see. My net has to go over them and then they get murdered, and that counts. Sure.
I'm out of range.
This is a weird quest, but okay. I remember doing stuff here for like K3 or whatever it is, the stuff you have to do to get all the rest of the mammoth mounts. I did all that stuff. There we go. It's all the new Argent Crusade quests, I guess. I wonder if different ones will pop up like it did with the like Valiant stuff, where it like rotates through a list of different things it can be. Like all the different sword quests and stuff. I do still need to like spend some time doing battle pet stuff, but I really can't be bothered to do that anymore. Might hop on over to the Legion. I'll do that after the stream though, because we're almost at 2 hours now anyway, and I kind of want to wrap up for a bit, go get a coffee or something. Try and soothe my throat a bit. Because I still don't think it's completely used to just talking for 2 hours straight to myself. Which is odd considering I do it like 3 or 4 times a week now, sometimes more, depending on the week. You'd think I'd be more used to it, but apparently not. I also need to find more stuff to keep putting on this list of reps up here, because I keep hitting Exalted with stuff and I've got to find new things. I think that puts us on like 32 Exalted reputations as well. Yeah. Damn.
What brings you here?
Means we're almost a third of the way through the Exalted reputation mount as well now. It's insane. Yeah, 130. So if it's 21 per day, I think that's with the dungeon included, we will get the Argent Hippogriff next stream. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. It's been a fun time. I made a crap load of gold, like almost 10,000 gold this stream, which is insane. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.